Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you will be alerted every time I upload a new video. All right, so a lot of people have been asking since I posted my video that I announced that I was pregnant, how did I do it? Or how did it happen? Or what did I do? Or are there any suggestions or anything like that? And what I can say, what I did, well, let me just start with the journey. So we started trying for about 2 years ago, a little bit more than 2 years actually. And as you can see, I am out of breath. I ain't got much space on my upper side anyway, and I'm out of breath. Anyway, we started trying about 2 years ago. And the first thing I did was I went to my GYN and I got checked. So basically they do like a sonogram, they do, I think it was like a vaginal PAPS exam and stuff like that, just to check to make sure everything was okay, everything is in the right place, if there's any cysts, if there's just anything. I don't know, I'm not an MD, I don't know exactly what they check for, but they checked for pretty much to see if I was okay to get started or if there were going to be any issues conceiving. She said there was nothing, like I had no problems, I can go ahead and start. They actually told me to start taking folic acid, which, let me grab it so I can show. So my doctor told me that I should start taking folic acid. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there, yeah, folic acid. I ordered this one, and literally it's like, it's 1,000 tablets in here. It says estimated amount to take, I think it was like 3 a day. So I was taking like maybe 2 tablets a day, or maybe a day, I don't remember, but I was taking it like faithfully. And like we were trying, but it was just like random, like randomly trying. So we were just like randomly trying, right? And then nothing happened. So I'm like, what the hell? Like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, usually you can cough on somebody and they're pregnant, you know? Like, why isn't this happening? So like we tried and we tried and we tried, and I just was like, all right, we'll give it a year. I went back to my GYN after 6 months and I was like, hey, nothing's happening. She was like, you know, give it a chance, keep trying, whatever. Like it usually takes a year for people to actually conceive that are really trying actively. And I was like, all right, you're the one that get paid the big bucks, you know this more than I do. So I was like, all right, cool. Try it again. Another 6 months went by and I'm like, a whole year, like this doesn't make any sense. Like, and as a female, your biological clock is ticking. Like, men never really understand the importance of a woman getting pregnant. Sometimes people they're like, oh, well, why is she having a baby with him? Or like, what? Like, men don't understand. Y'all can go ahead and have a baby at 80. Y'all can bust as many nuts as you want, and y'all can get young girls pregnant, 20-something years old pregnant. The minute you hit, I say for me, the minute you hit like 30, it's downhill. It's like your breasts. It's downhill. You have to really be on top of your health. You have to really, and who knows what's going on in their insides. You can only trust what a doctor is saying. You don't know your body as well as you think you do. You know how you feel, but you don't know what's going inside. You don't know if something isn't functioning the right way and it's deteriorating on the inside. You don't know, you know, but I do know since this situation, it's taught me a lot. And I have learned that you're given a certain amount of eggs, and over the years, your eggs age. So women have to freeze their eggs and preserve their eggs so that when the time is right, they can have a successful pregnancy, if even that happens. Because I know some women that do like in vitro, or they freeze their eggs and, you know, they'll implant it and stuff like that. And sometimes it doesn't take. Your body ages. You can't wait. If you want to have babies, have them while you're young, when your body can handle certain things. And, you know, I don't know. But anyway, so the year goes by, nothing happens. I go back to her, I'm like, yo, what's up? I did what you said. I'm taking my folic acid. Like, why am I not pregnant yet? So she then says she's going to start me on something called Clomid. I wish I had the bottle, but I disposed of it. She gave me this thing called Clomid. I will put the name on the bottom so you can see exactly what it is. But basically, Clomid is a medication that releases more eggs. Now, at the time, I was just so desperate. I was just like, I looked it up and it was like, you know, the chances of you getting pregnant, you know, it's like a higher chance when you take Clomid and stuff like that. And I was just like, all right, whatever, let's just go for it. Like, I wasn't as educated as I am now. It's like sometimes when you get put through certain things, you begin to educate yourself more about it because you're going through it and you don't understand why, so you want to learn more. So after the, you know, stress of taking Clomid, so the way Clomid works is on your 3rd or 5th day of your period, you start to take it. And it basically releases more eggs during ovulation, which everyone should know that ovulation is usually 2 weeks after the first day of your period. So if you get your period on the 1st, on the 14th, or 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, like around those days, you should begin to ovulate. If you take the Clomid on the 3rd or 5th day, it basically means during ovulation, instead of 1 egg being released, you're probably going to get 2, maybe 3. So people that usually take Clomid usually end up with multiple pregnancy, like multiple babies during a pregnancy, twins, triplets, even like 4 quadruples, whatever the crap is called. I was, at that point, I just was like, whatever, like I was desperate. I didn't know if it was my husband. I didn't know if it was me. I didn't know if it was the job at the time because I was still on the island. I just was like, I didn't know what it was. So I took that and it made me feel like, it made my eyes very blurry. It was weird because like out of my left eye, it would just like, I can look at something and it would just be extremely blurry. And it used to upset me a lot because I'm like, I gotta take this and I don't like taking things. Like, I don't like to take medication. I don't like to take, I just don't like to put foreign things in my body because my body is extremely sensitive. So like, I'll take a pill and start growing another ear or something. I don't know. I don't like putting stuff in my body. So I was taking it, still nothing. I went back to, I used the whole Clomid. Like, I finished that round. I went back to, and I think she gave me 2 supplies of that. So you take it for 5 months during your period, like every 3rd or 5th day of your period. And I took that, and then I got a refill. So that was a whole, basically a year of the pill. Still nothing. I went back to her and I'm like, hey, like, it's like nothing is, it still hasn't worked. She gave me another dose of it. She was like, we're gonna try this again, and if it doesn't work, then you'll take or maybe she only gave me 1 round. She gave me 1 round with 0 refills. Yes, she gave me 1 round with 0 refills, and then after the 5 months I went back to her, and then she was like, I'll give you another refill for it, then you take it again and then we'll try again. So I was like, all right, bet. Okay, you're the doctor. I did it. I want to say I took it maybe like 2 months, for like 2 months. And then I just had enough. I had enough. Like, this was around the time like the rapper Nipsey Hussle had passed away. And Dr. Sebi's name came up again. And I had been, I guess, exposed to information on Dr. Sebi from like maybe a year prior, and I started to change up my diet a little bit. I didn't dive deep into it because I don't know, you know, life goes on. Like, I was just like, whatever, I'll start eating a little bit healthy here, a little bit here, and it'll make a big difference. It doesn't. After that happened, I was just like, you know what, I gotta get my mind right, I gotta get my body right. If this is not meant to be, it's just not meant to be. Like, I promise to you, they always say when you stop trying is when it happens. But it's so hard to tell yourself to stop trying. Even if you tell yourself to stop trying, you're still trying. Because like, even at times I was like, I'm not gonna try anymore. But every month I was still checking my ovulation, you know, kit. I was just, not to say like I was trying to do it on the date of ovulation, but I wanted to see, oh, when am I ovulating? It'd be nice if it happened around this day. If it'd be nice, you know, like I wasn't intentionally trying like, oh, let me make sure I wear the, you know, the pink drawers today or something. I wasn't trying. It was just like, all right, if it happened, it happened. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But after I started a new job, and it just so happened that Whole Foods was like maybe 8 minutes from my new job, and where I live in Brooklyn, Whole Foods is like a good 40 minutes. And then like on a Saturday or Sunday, you can put that to like an hour drive, plus you gotta look for parking. So I just was like, trying to eat healthy and stuff just wasn't an option. Excuse me. And I'm out of breath, y'all. Let me not complain, because I asked for it. But then I went onto his website, I signed up, and immediately they give you a well, they don't give it to you, but there's this thing called it's the, I don't know, can you see this? Yeah, so it's the nutritional guide, right? And inside it tells you everything, like, let's see, can you see what to take with medication, like if you have any sicknesses, illness, what vegetables you should be eating, what fruits you should be eating, what nuts, what oils you should cook with. It just gives you everything. And I had ordered, my daughter has asthma, and I had ordered like respiratory teas and stuff for her. So like, you know, once it starts to get cold, because one thing on his website, if you see something, order it right away. I follow him on Instagram, even though this is not his actual site. I believe this was like a partner of him that kind of went sour, and they're no longer connected to Dr. Sebi. Dr. Sebi's real his real office and real store is actually located in Brooklyn. I'm gonna look it up right now. It's called the Fig Tree Health Group, and it's in Brooklyn. That's actually Dr. Sebi's real restaurant. That's his real store that's ran by his wife and his daughter. And I kind of did my history on Dr. Sebi as well. His wife, his first wife that he divorced, is who kind of started this with him, and they are still operating out of that store. The only thing that I say is that the store in California, this one, Dr. Sebi Sell Food, they are a little bit more, I don't want to say professional. They have a little bit more customer service, maybe, because I think that this is like a brand, and they're more into it for the finance parts, because like, you know, the things are really expensive. The medication, like if you have any illnesses or sicknesses and stuff, it's expensive. Like it's like $1,500 for a month or 3 months supply, or $3,000. I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot for the month, the supplies or whatever. This store in Brooklyn, I've called numerous times, I've emailed, and I haven't heard anything back. So I don't know. I'm gonna reach out to them again to see if I could get some more information out of them for the location in Brooklyn. But back to the story. So what I decided to do was, I decided like that was it for me. Like I was gonna switch up my diet, and what I did was I went on his list and I basically started coming up with my own menu. The only thing I added to this list that he does not have is salmon, because I needed some type of, I know it's not a meat, but I needed something meaty, I guess. Like I ate no processed food, no pork, no beef, no chicken, nothing. Like I wasn't eating any of it. And also I wasn't buying anything from outside, like no junk food, no pizza, nothing of that sort. I would make this thing called kamut. I'm gonna go get it in a minute. I'll show you. I'm just tired. And I'm gonna show you what I purchased, and it basically comes in a pasta form. It's not pasta, but it's in the form of pasta. And oh, Let me move up because I'm tired. It's in the form of pasta. Oh yeah, kamut, quinoa, and spelt. They have it in the form of pasta. And I basically just boiled it. On his list as well, you can use sea salt, and I don't think he has pepper. I don't believe there's pepper. But again, like I said, this isn't Dr. Sabi's list, but this is a partner that he worked with before things went sour. He doesn't have any type of peppers here, but he does have like cayenne pepper or bell peppers and things like that, but not powdered pepper. So basically, to season your food, you should be using like organic, natural things that grow from the earth. You shouldn't be using like a powder or anything like that. And the sea salt, you basically have to grind it, so it's not like actual salt powder, powdered salt that you just pour onto your food. And that's all I ate. I'll be honest with you. I got the spinach, I think it was, that I made with it. It was one of the greens. And I just cut up peppers every day and greens, and I would season my salmon with all the natural stuff. I tried to get the wild salmon, the organic wild salmon. Maybe I didn't cook it right. It's extremely salty. I didn't like it, so I just stuck to my regular salmon that I would eat, and I would just have a piece of that with the pasta, and that was it. I also, like in the morning, oh, another good thing, like eating just that alone will drive you crazy, because going from eating pizza, burgers, pasta, KFC, Popeyes, Chinese food, sushi, to eating just this was like a lot. But I did get used to it. It did start to change my appetite, and I did begin to enjoy it. But there were other things that I started to eat as well, like avocado. Like, they have a lot of vegetables here that you can eat. Cucumbers, you can make salads, you can make a lot of things also with it. You can make soup. And if you go on YouTube, there's a lot of people that have made menus off of from his menu list of nutritional guide. And I want to tell you, I did that for a month. 1 month. Prior to that month, I took the Clomid and I flushed all of them down the toilet, because I was like, if I had left it in my house and just like left it in my room or something, or in the bathroom, I would have eventually, or in my pocketbook, I would have eventually said, after a few days, like being upset about it, I would have then like, all right, give it another try, keep trying, and I would have taken the pills again. So I knew for me, the only way to actually get rid of it and not to put this into my body anymore, I was like, let me flush it down the toilet. And that's exactly what I did. And then I started eating healthy. I just was like, this is it for me. I'm not doing this anymore. And here I am. The only reason why I haven't continued to eat that way is because that's another thing. On this Sabi diet, I was 130, 133, 134. I was between 132 and 134. When I got pregnant, I was 119. And I was just like, people were like, yo, what's wrong? Are you sick? Like, what's wrong with you? Why are you, losing so much weight? And I was like, at first I was like, this is not healthy. I'm losing too much weight. I need to start eating. And what I learned was that it's not unhealthy weight that you're losing. You're losing fat. Fat that your body knows where it's supposed to be, and it's getting down to the proper size. I was always between 115 and 125 my entire life, even before and after I had Savannah. It wasn't until like I turned 30, then I put on like a little bit more weight, and I was happy about it because my jeans finally fit. Like, I looked a little fuller. But after I started losing weight, I was just like, oh my God, like what the hell? And I know being pregnant, you have to put on weight. You can't be losing weight. Even though I know in the beginning of pregnancies, a lot of people end up with morning sicknesses, and they throw up often, so they can't really hold much down. But I was like, I have to go back to eating processed food so that I can start gaining a little bit of weight. But overall, I am doing better. I'm eating well. And I'm pregnant. So that is how I got pregnant. So If you guys have any other stories and things that you might have done, and things that might have helped you get pregnant, please share it down below, because I really didn't realize how many other women are going through this. And if you're in your 30s and you're thinking about having kids and you don't have any yet, or you're thinking about having more, just go ahead and do it. Like, figure it out, get your shit together, and just go ahead and do it, because time waits for no one. Until next time, thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing. Make sure you like, share, and comment. Turn on your notification, and I will see you soon. Bye.